This video is a bit weird to film for me. It's very rare I talk about, well, online especially, it's very rare I talk about anything like this online. But I wanted to talk about this because it's really helped me over the past, God, how long have I been having anxiety attacks? 3 months. And it's weird to talk about because it's not something which I want to talk about. It's not like a broken arm where everyone can sign my cards. It's something that's quite personal, and it's not something I'd go up to someone on the street and say, "Hi, my name's Grace, and every now and then in the middle of the night I have anxiety attacks," because it's not something I feel comfortable discussing with like everybody. But I've decided to do it because as someone that's not an expert, all I know is what helps me, and the main thing that helps me, maybe not while I'm having them, but if I ever feel a bit down, or if I'm stressed, or if I've just had one and I sort of calm down and stuff, it helps me afterwards, and that is reading. So just to give you a bit of background, I'm 20 years old, I'm doing a degree in media arts, and I'm incredibly happy most of the time, but I have incredible lows, and I think, and I panic, and I can't explain them all the time, but I have a flatmate who lives right below me, and she heard me about 3 weeks ago. I was hyperventilating so much I felt dizzy, and I stood up trying to have a glass of water and I collapsed. And she knows I have them. She's heard me before, and she came upstairs and she found me on the floor shaking and having a panic attack and stuff. And while these have been going on, they've been getting much worse, and before Easter I was having every other day-ish, but I never had them in public until recently, but this, whatever. And I completely stopped reading. I didn't isolate myself. I just stopped reading for some reason. I don't know why. I think I was so wrapped up in myself I just stopped reading. That's why I haven't been here quite a long time. And then I went home over Easter, and my mum took me to my local Waterstone. Well, she bought me 2 books. She bought me Poldark, the first 2 Poldarks, because I was really enjoying the TV series. If you haven't watched the TV series, if you're not lucky enough to live in the UK, in this respect, like, this is why I love the TV series. That is a really good story, and this is Demelza. She was also Jazz in Angus Thongs, if you ever saw that film. She also had my hair according to my hairdresser, and I was really happy. I was like, oh. But she wanted me to put those, and I thought, oh, okay. So I started reading the first one, and I finished the first one. Didn't read the second, obviously. I hadn't read that yet. And then I read Outlander, and I kept reading, and my panic attacks didn't stop, but they were much less. I read to the point where I'd be exhausted to go to sleep, and I'd just listen to music and I'd go straight to sleep. Usually what happens is I'll watch something on Netflix, and if I watch something on Netflix my mind can't stop, and then I won't sleep, and then I'll start to panic. But reading seemed to have saved me in many respects. I think, you're wrapped up in someone else as well, and sometimes it's much easier hearing about the problems of Dev Cornwall in 1788, well done Grace on dates, than thinking about your own problems, as tiny as they may be. So I read through my anxiety. That sounds really weird, and I'm not an expert. I'm sure there's people that have anxiety worse than me who are getting professional help. I'm not having professional help. I've had, since Easter, I have had, and reading a lot. I know my wrap up, you'll see how much I've been reading. I think so far this month I've read 14 books. Since Easter and being back at uni, I've had 2, and that's in 10 days, and usually I've had about 5 or 6, which is really, really nice. I've tried, and before I tried the reading thing, and the reading thing wasn't even a thing, it seems to be working. I'm not sure, maybe my mindset's changed. Before that, I was like, we tried giving up alcohol, and I tried giving up booze, I stopped drinking coffee, and for all of those who know me, just the proof is in the pudding, I'm always drinking caffeinated drinks. I cut out the majority of my caffeine, apart from 2 cups of tea a day. I changed my diet, I tried a lot of things. And it was only getting to the point when my flatmate started to notice where I started to worry more about it, because I didn't think it was normal, but I didn't want to burden anybody else with it. But I'm saying this because my flatmates know about it and they're really good. But if you're having panic attacks or anxiety attacks, or whatever reason you're just having a really hard time, you know, talk to your friends. And if it gets really bad and, you know, you'll go on mind.com. Mind.com, I will link it below, really helped me. But if you're having a really hard time with it, tell your friends and family, go speak to your GP. I haven't done that. I don't know, I'm not an expert, I'm just saying the reading thing has helped me, and I recommend forgetting your problems in books for a while until you can start to re-establish who you are. And in my darkest night, I phoned Cara, and I'd had a panic attack in town. It was my mum's partner's birthday, and I remember saying to her, I don't know who I am anymore. Without it, I don't know if you got rid of it, there'd be anybody left. And I distinctly remember saying that, and getting to the stage where you can't see yourself anymore without seeing your disorder. I hate that word. Because sadness, I was saying this to Megan, Fiery Eye on Tumblr last night. I was saying that sadness is a cancer. It's made up of you, but it's something you don't want and it's something you don't need. But it's made up of who you are, and sometimes it's really hard to get rid of. And you need to find what works for you. It's going to be more coming from who you are and establishing, reminding yourself of the good in your life and not dwelling on the bad. And if stuff does get a bit much, you need to escape for a while, I'd recommend escaping in a book or a film, or calling your best friend, or listening to music that's not sad, doing whatever you can just to hold on to the brightness, because as Dumbledore so aptly said, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one remembers to turn on the light. Something like that. I'm sure I've butchered that quote, but yeah, find your happy place, wherever that may be, and cling on to it. And let's be honest, sometimes people's problems are much bigger than mine. And if you need to get help, please get help, or please talk to somebody. I know this is a very deep video compared to what I usually make, but you know, nobody should be collapsing on the floor because they can't breathe, because they're hyperventilating, panicking over something that's probably not that big a deal in the cold light of day, and when you calm down. So at the time it feels like your world is coming to a close, and I don't want anyone on here to feel like that, you know. And me, I'm here. If you want to talk to me, you know, leave an ask, which is over there, or down below if you're on YouTube. Talk to me. I'm not an expert, but sometimes it's nice to chat, and we can have cyber cups of tea together. So a bit darker. I hope this helps. I'd also recommend reading really happy books like A Million Lovely Letters, which I've actually sent to my friend who I thought needed it more than me. So, okay, thank you very much for watching this. I will see you soon, very soon, with a much happier video. Hopefully very soon. Thank you. Bye.